Rain.
Actually, we'll bump into rain. And right now, we've got winter storm warnings out for a large area already here from eastern Kansas, running right in through Charlotte now under winter storm watches. So this is going to be a really long track storm, guys.
With changing precipitation at different times, all the types that Alex mentioned.
Yeah.
Even if you're in Memphis or Nashville, you could see almost all three.
Yes, and in fact, you got to watch the current forecast and get updated because slight changes in the movement of this track will mean different types of precipitation. Here's the energy. This is coming down rather than coming in this way to the northeast. It is dropping down here along the flanks of the Rockies, and that's carving out cold air all the way across this part of the nation.
Yeah, a lot of areas have really been bundling up now, so that cold air is in place. You got to have cold air to get the wintry weather.
Yeah.
Then we get the moisture coming in, and there goes the problem.
Yeah, and this is a really nice graphic. It shows the cold air and the moisture coming together over this track right here across the nation. And so this is the area that we're concerned about with the different types of wintry precipitation.
Especially right along here, because that's where we could see the ice, and that could be some of the more treacherous travel types of conditions with power outages as well.
Even a glaze of ice can cause those problems, but we could see significant icing. Here we go now. So this afternoon. We're already seeing a little bit of lead precipitation working its way out ahead of the system. But then as we go overnight and into Monday, we really see this begin to blossom from Oak City, working its way eastward here toward Little Rock. So this is 9 p.m. tonight. Watch what happens by Monday morning's rush hour. Very concerned about Little Rock for icy conditions here, and a large swath of heavier snowfall running from Kansas right through Missouri and the southern portion of Illinois. And it's not over, guys. Watch this during the day on Monday.
Still going. And we're heading through the morning hours, and we still have that snow now spreading a little bit farther east. West Virginia, North Carolina, you're getting in on it as well.
Yes, and every single model run has been just inching the rain snow line a little farther northward. Atlanta, we're really concerned about freezing precipitation in here a couple model runs ago, but now it looks like you're just going to edge out of this with the wintry precipitation pushed a little further north toward Chattanooga and those areas. And the snowfall now, watch this, from Nashville to Louisville. And then as we get into Monday evening, even into places like D.C. And now here's the straw that breaks the camel's back, guys.
So this storm, Octavia, will be the next snowmaker for New England. Not even that long after this one, Neptune.
Probably in the Tuesday time frame. It is forecast to get to the coast here, and as they all have been doing now, to begin to track up this region. And as it does so, we see significant snows again. This time a little further south, actually getting into the Delmarva, running through New York City, and then up toward Boston and Portland.
So a lot of those areas that sort of missed out a bit on the big snows over the last month or so could be hit this time.
Oh, yeah, man, could they be hit? Take a look at this. The purple area, all what I call shovelable snow, 5 to 8 inches. But look at this area of 1 foot to 1.5 feet of snow across places like Nashville, going in through Louisville, and then right across the Appalachians here. Richmond in line for 8 to 12 inches of snow, and even Raleigh and Charlotte could pick up some snow, possibly some freezing rain on this edge of the storm as well.
And once you start getting into the western Piedmont, North Carolina, those higher elevations, certainly they could see a foot as well. This is an incredible storm that is very different than the ones we've seen so far this season.
Yeah, it is. And for a place like Nashville, we're now forecasting in that Monday time frame from early in the morning through evening, we're looking at as much as 1 foot of snow accumulating there, and that is very significant for them. In fact, if they get over 10.2 inches here, it's one of the top 3 snowstorms on record for Nashville.
It sounds like it, because I used to live in the South. I can't remember any snowstorms of that proportion. So, wow. And the next threat, of course, is ice.
Yeah, on the southern edge of the system, this is my concern here. We're looking at as much as 1/4 inch of icing in the Little Rock area, and that extends right along here, probably just north of Atlanta now and into Charlotte. So for driving, that glaze ice is going to cause problems. If we get little higher snowfall totals, then you know what the problem could be. Power outages? Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to bring that into mind. And again, I just wanted to show this quickly. 28 degrees in Little Rock, it should be snowing, but it's the temperatures above us in the atmosphere that tell us what type of precipitation. We're 25 at the surface, but right here we're 34 degrees. So what happens is you get snowflakes come down, they partially melt here, and as they melt, they turn into little raindrops. They hit surfaces below freezing, and you get that instant glaze of ice.
And that is of all of the wintry weather. I mean, it's all bad, but ice the worst of all the evils.
Yeah, it
I
absolutely
agree.
is. And here's what we call our ice accumulation forecast here. Again, overnight, Monday night into the rush hour, that's when the icing looks like it could be significant in and around the Little Rock area. So getting up from morning, going into work, it's going to be a holiday. That's the silver
good.
lining in the cloud. But for those that have to travel, you may not be able to go anywhere.
And that's so interesting about the ice, because you're talking about a little over half an inch, which isn't very much, when you're looking on a ruler, but the magnitude of what that can do. Can you talk about how that's going to impact possibly power lines and roads?
Well, certainly you start to get accumulations over a half an inch on power lines and branches, and it weighs them down very rapidly. And Little Rock is no stranger to major ice storms. Now, this will not be major, but once we get up to a half an inch of icing in here, power outages are going to be likely. And with cold temperatures coming in behind this, if you lose your power and you have electric heat, then you've got compounded problems.
Wow, just a mess setting up there. Of course, all thanks to Winter Storm Octavia. And right now, we're still dealing with Neptune. And to tell you, earlier this morning, Jim Cantore, he was in the thick of it. He actually dealt with a bit of thunder snow. Let's take a listen.
Oh, great.
Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby! We just got it! Oh! Again! Again! That's a twofer! That's a twofer, baby! Yes!
There it is.
That's a twofer! Twofer, baby! Oh my goodness! Yes! Yes! Again! That's a three! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Pentarak!
There it is. 3, baby, in 10 minutes.
Oh my God! The winds have really picked up and through here. And there's another one! That's you gotta be kidding me! Wow! You can have your $500 million jackpot in Powerball or whatever the heck it was, but I'll take this, baby. 4 lightning strikes, 4 episodes of thunder snow. I could hear thunder, so we had another one. So we actually had 5 strikes, 5 thunder. I mean, this is just a total change. Literally within an hour. Was that another one? Was that? Oh my good, dude, that's number 6. You gotta be kidding me. Dude, I'm telling you, this is Chicago. Postel, this is Chicago all over again. We're just sitting in the middle of it.
I love watching that. Never gets old,
It
right?
doesn't get old. You can never, ever question Jim's passion there. You see it there right in front of you. Just an incredible sight. And for him, again, 6 times dealing with that thunder snow. And Tom, it just goes to show you the incredible nature of this system.
When you get a system that is this strong with these kind of updrafts, you still will get charge separation in these systems. Thunder snow is uncommon, but not to a storm like this. And that's why we saw so much there.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get you now to Jim. He is still out there in all of this mess. Winds whipping him around. And I tell you, it doesn't improve, it seems like it, Jim.
The only thing that's changed is our ceilings have come up a little bit, and we're not getting the snow coming down. But the point is it's still blowing around all over the place. And as we heard from Charlie during the last shot, guys, it is whiteouts and dangerous to be out there. And and I don't do this enough, but I should do this more, and I'm going to do it right now. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes at the Weather Channel. There's big meetings, logistics. How can we get this team here? How can we get that team there? How do we get Cantore down toward Boston, from Boston to Plymouth? And of course, we're exhausted. Me and my producer have been out here really for the last 17 days. It's just been absolutely relentless. And the last thing we wanted to do was pack up and come to Plymouth. But you know what? I'm so happy we packed up and came to Plymouth. I mean, that was absolutely incredible to be a part of that. All of the exhaustion that we've been dealing with out in the last several days. Even my crew got a nice jolt of energy when we got that thunderstorm. I mean, it's just so dynamic. And when the atmosphere performs like that, you just can't help but just freak out. And that's exactly what it is. So permit me. I hope you can share it in my passion. Guys, again, notice as we kind of head back here, we got the visibility coming up now. It's definitely a lot nicer in terms of being able to see out in the vertical, but these drifts are huge. as I'm talking to you and walking through this, I want to tell you, we've actually had 2 more buildings collapse. I was just reading a statement from my friends at the Taunton Skywarn Spotter Group, and they were talking about in Rowley, Mass, there was a partial collapse of a garage, and also in Lynn, Mass, there was a warehouse that collapsed. So you'd think this wind would be blowing the snow off of the roofs, right? And it is in some cases, but it's also loading some of these roofs on other sides. So where it blows in, it's caking and being wind packed on other sides of the roof. So you got this tremendous weight differential probably in some spots, and that's probably what's causing some of these roofs to go. And this is why the other day we were pleading with you guys to get these roofs shoveled, and hopefully that'll continue to be the case. But I think overall, like I'm looking, on the top of this East Bay Grill right now, and there is no snow on the roof. It has been completely blown off. It faces this way, okay? And then the wind has cut across it at a perpendicular angle. So it's just blowing it out into the streets, if you will. And that's obviously great news, at least for this roof. We're lucky, guys. In all honesty, this has been a dry, powdery snow. But when you start talking about roof collapses like we're having now, when you have 4 to 7 feet of it, you're still going to have big problems. And that's exactly what we're hearing about this morning. Again, in some places, we've had over 20 inches of snow already. Boston totally getting the bonus here in terms of the mesoscale banding and things like that developed. It was really, again, eastern Massachusetts. We'll wind up with, 14, 16 inches before all is said and done, probably in Boston, maybe even up to 18. We'll see. But there are already spots that are over 20 inches of snow. And where you have it, I can tell you right now, it is blowing and drifting around. And in some cases, we have 4 to 6 feet drifts. Guys, it's been a heck of a day at the office. And as you can see, Mother Nature continues to be relentless. Goodlow heading up to Boston right now. Paul Goodlow's in Boston with some pretty big snow piles himself. Paul, some of this new model data is starting to come in for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it looks like we're just going to continue to pile it on, buddy. The good news is I guess the kids are off next week, right, for winter break?
Yeah, the kids are definitely off school next week. That's good news. And I still say all this goes back to Deflategate, Jim. I know a lot of Patriots country up here, but you know what? 7, 8 days before the first big blizzard, we had Deflategate. So I think it's all tied in somehow. But you talk about the blowing and drifting snow down there. I also want to talk about the blowing and drifting snow up here in the Boston area. And I dug this pit last half hour, and I'm trying to just dig it out so you can actually see what else is going on nearby because of the camera angle. I will again dig down to the bare sidewalk here. And okay, that's now, but again, this is what we had last half hour. This was bare sidewalk. Now it's all covered. I'll stick a yardstick in there, and that's about 5 inches there, about 3 inches there. So again, this was bare concrete, and now the wind keeps dumping and blowing more snow in here, and this is the problem they have with this wind. In fact, you can see more of the snow blowing on top of us because we're seeing winds gusting 25 to 35 miles per hour, and it will actually be increasing as we head throughout the day. Now here's the thing. Now my shovel has disappeared in this snow drift. That's just there because I just shoveled that out. Take a look at this. I step down here, more blowing snow, stick the yardstick in. That's 17 inches of drifted snow in this area. So it continues to be a problem on the sidewalks, but also take a look at the roads out to the right. This is Cambridge Street. This is a relentless job here, non-stop job with the plows and the sand trying to make the streets drivable, but the wind is not helping this effort. It will continue as the wind continues to get stronger to the afternoon. More details coming up after your local on the 8th.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know Pinocchio was a bad motivational speaker?
I look around this room and I see nothing but untapped potential. You have potential. You have... Oh, boy.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If you don't think top of my game when you think AARP, you don't know AARP. AARP Staying Sharp keeps your brain healthy with online exercises by the top minds in brain science. Find more real possibilities at aarp.org/possibilities.
Covic wins number 5, The Sleepless Night.
sorry.
Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind. I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Winter storms Neptune and Octavia.
It's going to be a wild day out here as the storm cranks up. Driving is not recommended.
Live coverage continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
The future of the market is never clear, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your retirement savings. Our experience is one reason 100% of our retirement funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So wherever your long-term goals take you, we can help you feel confident. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
After 50 years of designing cars for crash survival, Subaru has developed our most revolutionary feature yet. A car that can see trouble and stop itself to avoid it. When the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested front crash prevention, nobody beat Subaru models with EyeSight. Not Honda, not Ford, or any other brand. Subaru EyeSight, an extra set of eyes every time you drive.
Well, winter storm Neptune continue to cause havoc across New England. We're looking now in on Boston, some video of the sidewalks. And I mean, just incredible the amounts of snow we have seen over the past several weeks. In fact, get this, we're now talking about Boston facing the third snowiest winter on record. And of course, winter is not done yet. So we could be talking about getting very close to the tops.
You can't even shovel those sidewalks. There's nowhere for the snow to go. And speaking of the snowy and blustery conditions, our own Jim Cantori has been reporting from Plymouth, Massachusetts. And Jim, it's just been incredible to watch your reaction to the thunder snow. What's going on there now?
Okay. Okay, guys, I'm ready. The IFB's turned back up.
Well, Jim is in Plymouth, where we've seen not only the thunder snow, but really blustery and cold conditions. And I think that's what's interesting about this storm, and unfortunately dangerous as well, that behind the snow, when it all pushes away, Alex, we're going to see those strong winds and unfortunately bitterly cold wind chills.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing about it. This very cold air that's been in place, the nature of the snow, it is very, very fluffy, and it sort of just gets flung around with all of this wind that's out there. So even though we're starting to see in Boston itself a lot of that snow starting to taper off and slide towards the south a bit, we still have the snow that has fallen and the blustery conditions. Look at those winds gusting up to around
to 20, right, and 33 where Jim Cantori is now in Plymouth, Massachusetts. So you have 21 mile-per-hour winds, and the forecast also calling for the bitterly cold conditions to stay with us through the night.
Exactly. All right, well, let's find out how things are faring for you. Jim, now he is back up and running. Jim, how's it going?
Yeah, sorry guys, we were doing some of these shots that we call look lives. In other words, for the viewer at home, we do shots that for other stations where, because we're coming to the Weather Channel so much, we are kind of give them a little bit of what's going on out and through here. Anyway, we're back and we're hearing everybody and we're rolling. What's going on is the wind is relentless. It's gusting to 50 miles per hour. It takes your breath away when you turn into it. It's just howling. We've had another round of light snow here, probably about 11 inches total by the time all is said and done. I got to be honest with you guys. I really thought this storm was going to be so known for its wind and not really its snow. But once we started getting into that banding last night, game over. It's a snow deal. It's going to be a big snow event. And sure enough, by the time all is said and done, we're going to wind up with 14, 18 inches of snow in Boston. We're absolutely crushing all sorts of historic records. I mean, just think about this. We've had 2 seasons of snow. 2 seasons of snow in 23 days. Yeah. Boston averages 43 plus, and we are over 86 inches. So in 23 days, that's incredible. That's incredible. For the year, we're up into the, we're probably over 90 now, and a lot of this has really happened in the last 30 days. So an exponential rise in our snow totals, and that's why we have all the problems. I mean, it's just too much snow to remove. I don't care where you are, all right? Especially when you have a populated, condensed city like Boston. And they're feeling it on the Cape, too. We talked to the business owners in through here, and, you know, trying to get around, trying to get people into work, trying to open a business, especially around a holiday, a weekend, and you're shut down. I mean, that's hard. Businesses are taking it on the chin with this, and you gotta just feel for them, because this is year round up here. This is year round, and you know they can deal with a little bit of snow and they move it away, and the temperatures warm up and blah blah blah. But when you just have this relentless barrage of storms, it's just hard to get around. All right, guys. Again, a little bit of good news. I'm kind of looking up at some of these roofs here, especially the one here at the East Bay Grill, and the way it's situated, we've got a little bit of a wind that's almost perpendicular to the whole building, so it has blown all the snow off the roof. Every bit of it. I mean, I can see the roof tiles. That's how incredible the wind has been, and as well how light the snow has been here again in southeastern Massachusetts, where we would normally, on a normal year, if you will, change on over to rain, because with a storm like this, the coastal front comes flooding in, and you get the warm air. But perhaps with this snow track and the fact that this went a little bit farther east, it kept us in the cold air once again in southeast Mass. Guys, back to you.
Jim, incredible to see the power of the wind already.
Absolutely, and that wind's blowing around in Boston as well, whipping that snow around out there, making it very tough. We're going to be with you with more on Winter Storm Neptune and Octavia next.
Before Orion, before Atlantis, we looked to the stars and dared to dream. Stand in awe under Saturn V, the most powerful rocket ever flown. One of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
At Intel, they have technology that lets your face be your password. Oh, that is one secure password.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new Quick Steel Cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
With diabetes, it's tough to keep life balanced. I don't always have time to eat like I should. That's why I like Glucerna shakes. They have slowly digestible carbs to help minimize blood sugar spikes.
Glucerna, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
To unlock the possibilities of tomorrow, lift tab. Behold the beauty of balance. Crisp flakes of fiber-rich bran, answered by the perfect quantity of sun-sweetened raisins. And with the sublime addition of ice-cold milk, the day begins.
The sun will come out.
Tomorrow is waiting. Own it with Kellogg's Raisin Bran. See you at breakfast and delight in temptingly tart and sweet new Kellogg's Raisin Bran with cranberries.
Hi, you've reached Emma. I'm out of the office right now, but we'll get back to you just as soon as I possibly can.
Join us for exclusive Discovery at Sea experiences. Princess Cruises, come back new.
Before Chris Hadfield, before Sally Ride, we turned ordinary people into heroes. Shake hands with a hero at Astronaut Encounter, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe.
Abracadabra.
Hey, sweetie, what you doing?
Daddy said the water heater was magic.
Oh, really?
Because it can change you from a monster into a normal human being. I wanted to turn myself into a princess.
Hey, princess.
Families everywhere are feeling the love for their natural gas tankless water heaters. Find out why at naturalgaslove.com.
What would you say to someone watching right now who is thinking about calling American Addiction Centers?
Don't hesitate. Pick up the phone.
If you think somebody needs help, they likely do.
I would tell them you're safe. You're safe. Call them.
Call now and let this place, American Addiction Centers, help.
It's a place of comfort, a place that helps you detox, a place that cares.
This place changed my life.
Isn't it time you changed your life? Let American Addiction Centers help. Call now.
Shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Currently in our area, 66 degrees under fair skies. Today, plentiful sunshine, high 73. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds, low 57. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, cloudy, high 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, they're plowing the streets in Boston as best they can. Some of the snow's tapering off there from Winter Storm Neptune, but there's so much of it left over from other storms, and unfortunately, we know winter is not over yet.
That is no doubt the case. Hearing from the Boston Mayor Marty Walsh not too long ago, and he's saying close to 600 plows out there trying to get things straightened up.
That's great. And Paul Goodloe is in Boston at this time, and Paul mentioned earlier that he was 6'5" climbing these high snow drifts. And Paul, are you standing on top of one now? It's hard to see.
No, I think you can see me there, barely through the blowing snow, but this is the problem. It's blowing and drifting, even though it's not really falling from the sky anymore. I'm actually trying to walk to the camera. All this snow that I'm walking through is not here when I was here last night. It's all been blown in with the strong winds with Neptune, as well as I just saw an observation here at the Government Center. 13 inches of snow fell with Neptune. That's as of about 9 o'clock this morning. So, you know, I'm still about mid-shin deep until I head to this pile. Now I'm knee-deep in snow, and this is a sidewalk. Somewhere underneath here, there is a sidewalk. And again, if I wasn't 6'5", I don't think I can actually lift my leg to get through this snowdrift here. So that's the problem with trying to deal with this snow and the wind at the same time, is they can do an okay job on the streets, the main streets, and the wind blows more snow on there. So it's almost a non-stop job here. This is our pit that we dug out before. So I'm thinking, what, it's about 45 minutes ago, we dug this out, and we're still now, we've blown in 8.5 inches of snow. I just dug this out, so you can still see some of the pavement. About an inch of snow is blown in here, but this is the problem. This was clear about 45 minutes ago. Now we're dealing with, at this point, 8-9 inches of snow that's blown back in here. Now I want to walk out to the street, kind of show you the condition of Cambridge Street here. It's not that bad. We keep seeing plow after plow come through here, and you notice the road is wet and slushy. This is how it looked last night. We only had about 2 inches of snow, but as temperatures keep on the cool side and the snow has finally stopped, now they're getting a chance to try to get ahead of it. We're still seeing plows, and from time to time even emergency vehicles come through. But you can hear the road is wet and slushy. But this is kind of a main thoroughfare here. I'm actually watching people walking up down the street because, again, as I just showed you, it's very difficult to actually walk on the sidewalks unless you have snow pants on and some pretty tall boots as well, like I do. So it's still difficult to get around. The good news is it is Sunday. It is a holiday weekend. President's Day is Monday. A lot of businesses are closed anyway. The school kids are off this entire upcoming week. So in terms of perfect timing, I guess there hasn't been perfect timing so far this winter. This is a perfect timing for a big snowstorm to hit because they won't lose any more school in Boston after, I think we're up to 8 snow days already. But Tom, as you can tell us, Neptune is still not done with the wind, but then a longer range, we could see more snow here as we head into this coming week.
Yeah, Paul, unfortunately, and this would be from our next named storm, which is Octavia. Now, Octavia is coming from a completely different direction than our last few storms into New England, but by the time it gets there, it'll have enough cold air again to have mainly a snow event across that area. But for other parts of the country, it's going to be a mix of wintry precipitation. Let's take a look right now where our warnings and our watches are out now across the central U.S. This is what we have now, and they will expand eastward as we get more information and weather offices begin to post those further east. But take a look at the system now. This is the energy with it right there, and it is driving very, very fast and very deep into the south here. And as it does so, it's going to develop a low pressure system, and that is going to bring moisture up into this cold air. So watch how that plays out here. Where the cold air and the moisture come together, this is the area that we're looking at for more significant wintry precipitation. And that drives right to the coast in the Tuesday time frame before it goes off the coast altogether. So this setup is going to produce this type of weather condition. We get a little bit of an advanced wintry precipitation across southern Missouri this afternoon, but it's overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning that we see this huge area right here of wintry precipitation that sets up. On the northern edge, significant snow. On the southern edge, we'll have icing. Now, what I want to show you is the low pressure system is now forecast to be a little stronger, and because it is, it's going to push warmer air a little further northward, and each of our computer model runs is running this area, this range snow line, just a little further north. So we have to watch this very carefully. Our forecast may still change to push this entire region further north as we go into that Monday time frame. No doubt, though, as it moves across the south here, it is going to produce a long track of wintry precipitation. Atlanta, you're probably going to be in an all-rain event right now. We have to watch it very carefully. But as you can see to the north, significant snows. We're going to keep you updated on this when we come back. The wind from Neptune. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
Looks like 20 feet.
At Intel, they have this technology. You can take a picture and measure the distance before you jump.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Jack's heart attack didn't come with a warning. Today, his doctor has him on a Bayer aspirin regimen to help reduce the risk of another one. If you've had a heart attack, be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
You get sick, you can't breathe through your nose. Suddenly, you're a mouth breather. A mouth breather. Well, put on a Breathe Right strip and shut your mouth. Cold medicines open your nose over time, but add a Breathe Right strip and pow, it opens your nose up to 38% more. So you can breathe and do the one thing you want to do. Sleep. Add Breathe Right to your cold medicine, shut your mouth, and sleep right. Breathe Right. And look for the calming scent of new Breathe Right lavender in the sleep aisle.
Cofaquin's number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
I love my Meta Health Bars because when nutritious tastes this delicious, I don't miss the other stuff.
Meta Health Bars help promote heart health. Experience the Meta effect with our multi-health wellness line.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get great deals all week long. Like when you buy 3 select tires, you'll get the 4th one free instantly. Plus, get special financing for 6 months when you sign up for the Pep Boys Car Care One credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
Okay, here's the plan. You're going to want to turn right.
1.2 miles.
No, you're watch the lane.
And we had this really great view.
Got a car in our blinds.
And we learned how to salsa dance.
He was dancing.
Backseat drivers just met their match. Introducing the entirely new Sonata Sport.
You forgot to turn off the...
From Hyundai.
Get 0% APR and no payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Sonata. Only your local Hyundai dealer.
Crouching in average jeans.
crouching in Duluth Trading ballroom jeans. Duluth Trading ballroom jeans. The crotch gusset gives you room to crouch without singing soprano. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Winter storms Neptune and Octavia.
It's going to be a wild day out here as the storm cranks up. Driving is not recommended.
Live coverage continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
I don't think anybody's going to be talking about the blizzard of 78 anymore. It's now about 2015.
3 consecutive snowstorms, week after week after week. So it's been like a jab, 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 and now it's like the right hook.
All of New England getting punched and counterpunched by snow. Winter storm Neptune bringing blizzard conditions to a region already buried by snow. Well, this is Weather Center Live. A good Sunday morning to you. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Bonnie Schneider. We are continuing our special coverage of both winter storms, Neptune and Octavia.
So let's get to the very latest headlines. 40 million people under wind chill alerts as dangerous cold settles over the Midwest and Northeast.
Winter storm Neptune halting Boston's transit system, the T, for the day. The governor urging people to stay home.
And fierce winds contributing to power outages for more than 95,000 customers up and down the eastern seaboard.
And winter storm Octavia is ramping up today. It's expected to spread as much as a foot of snow, a swath from Missouri to Tennessee. Let's take a look at the radar now, and you can see this is Neptune still bringing snow from Plymouth all the way to Chatham, and the Cape and the Islands still getting hammered with strong winds as well. Let's take a look at the wind, and it is just fierce. Those gusts almost 44. Well, there you go. Providence, 44 miles per hour. I was going to say almost. And then in Boston, the gusts are near 30. The snow continues. Let's take a look at additional snow expected today. Where it's snowing right now, of course, Cape Cod and southern Mass, southeastern sections from Plymouth to New Bedford, and then northern parts of the city and west looks a lot better.
Yeah, just an insane situation ongoing. Again, we're seeing the snow starting to sort of taper off a bit, but the danger is still there. These temperatures very, very cold, and that has really made what we've seen in terms of the snow that's come down. The makeup of that snow, it's able to just blow around. So as you were talking about, Bonnie, those winds whipping around 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts, it is going to make it very tough to travel, even though we don't have much falling snow to go.
So true, Alex. You know, as we can see that the temperatures are going to stay cold, and one place where it's cold, windy, and snowing right now is where our own Jim Cantore is. He is in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and you saw that on a map where they're expecting additional snowfall. And Jim, oh, the visibility just got a little worse where you are. Every moment by moment, it's changing.
Yeah, and you know what? Now the visibility's down, Bonnie, because the snow's coming down out of the sky again. So, you know, it's winding down for sure. There's going to be a burst or two here and there for Massachusetts and the Cape. Up in Maine, you're still going to get some of the worst of it this afternoon. And certainly, our friends in Canada are going to get absolutely smoked with this thing. Remember, it's offshore developing. It's a blizzicade, for goodness sakes, in terms of what we're going to see up in Nova Scotia. So, an amazing storm. We've already verified a blizzard here. Greg Diamond tells me 3 hours and counting. We're still seeing these winds 35, 40 miles per hour. And of course, that's causing considerable blowing and the drifting of the snow. We talked to a gentleman earlier here at the East Bay Grill, and he was telling us he was bringing the cleaning crew home. And he said, Jim, I'm going to be honest with you. I literally had to stop a couple of times, and I was only going 20 anyway, but the visibility just went right down to zero. And that's why, you know, Governor Baker and Mayor Walsh are asking everybody to just stay home. And guys, I know it's tough. Because especially if you got young kids, everybody wants to get out. And you can get out certainly for periods of time. But what I mean by getting out is getting out on the roads. That's the worst thing you can do. Logan is not going to be operating this afternoon, not with these kind of winds and visibility mins. No way. Absolutely no way. The saving grace, maybe a little bit. I can tell you right now, when I look at the top of the East Bay Grill roof, there is no snow on it at all because the wind has been so light and fluffy, and the kind of wind we had today has pretty much taken it all off. Some of the new model guidance is starting to come in, guys. Looks like we're going to get a little snow on Tuesday and potentially a bigger storm on Wednesday and Thursday. So this historic run is not over. by any means. As a matter of fact, we may get into a situation where by time February ends, and don't miss this, don't miss it, by time February ends, the month could be a top 10 seasonal snowfall. Just the month. So it just boggles my mind with all the stats here. Absolutely boggles my mind. Looking out over the bay, it's looking pretty good. Again, winds are a little bit more northwest with this, so we didn't have the water rush on in. They did have some flooding, some minor flooding in the Marshfield area. But remember, if you've already got a coastline that's been weakened by a storm, it doesn't take much the next time to cause problems.
Jim, that's such a good point.
Be
with
a no
storms
problem
one
thing.
after the other. You know, the coastline so vulnerable that where you are in Plymouth and, of course, in Cape Cod. To get these nor'easters, we expect them every year, but you're right, one after the other. And this one especially fierce with the wind.
It is. To be honest with you, Bonnie, I really thought the winds were going to be a bigger deal with this and not the snowfall, but no. This turned out to be a bigger snow situation than I ever thought it would be for Eastern Mass and the Cape, simply because of this banding stuff that's set up this morning. And those are really the hardest features for models to pick up. Because they really are such small scale. We don't know everything that goes into these features, but certainly not uncommon to see them in mature cyclones like we have going on off the East Coast right now. So, guys, it's been a wonderful morning to share with you here from Plymouth. We're going to turn the reins over to Mike Seidel a little bit later on this afternoon, but believe me, just because I'm leaving doesn't mean the storm is over by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, Jim, before you go,
it's going to be a long day.
Before you go, Jim, we want to play some sound from a little bit earlier today. Just hang on for a second.
Sure, buddy. Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby!
We just got it.
Oh! Again! Again! That's a twofer! That's a twofer, baby! Yes!
There it is.
That's a twofer! Twofer, baby! Oh my goodness! Yes! Yes! Again! That's a three! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Pitarack!
There it is. 3, baby, in 10 minutes.
Oh my God!
Jim, we love watching that. I'm sure you do too.
Guys, in all honesty, I'm trying to take such a serious tone with the storm because that really needs to be the place that it's at. But
Right.
just please permit me a couple of percent of geeking out because that was just awesome. Because this, talk about a wild ride emotionally. So here's Reynolds at 5 o'clock. He gets hammered with thundersnow the first time, and I'm like, oh no, I just left Boston. You got to be, and he gets the thundersnow because it's so rare. And then about 30 minutes later, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits right here, and obviously you saw how I reacted. So I just had a heck of an emotional roller coaster. Lost my voice, screaming and yelling so much. But wow, what a winter. A lot of people, in Florida maybe not be able to relate to this, but I got to be honest with you. I want you to think back to 2004, where I was asking you guys to evacuate every other weekend. Remember that? I know you do. It's one of those awful memories because of the hurricanes. Right. But that's kind of like this. It's like, just all the time, just nonstop. This is what it was like in Florida back in 2004. Obviously, the winter version for Boston.
Absolutely. A way to put it in perspective for others across the rest of the nation. Again, it may not be the snow in Florida, but there are other things they've had to deal with week after week after week. Jim, we certainly appreciate it. And of course, we all love your passion there.
Yes, definitely. That's terrific to watch. Well, another person with a passion for winter weather is our own winter weather expert, Tom Nizzle, who's now in the lab with the latest on these storms.
I'll tell you, that does not get old. I've been in those systems with thunder snow as well, and it's just amazing to experience from a meteorological standpoint. So let's experience something else, and this is a view of Neptune from space. This is amazing. Winter storm Neptune right there. There is the curl in the atmosphere. This is the visible satellite imagery, and just take a look at how big this system is, and the winds associated with this system are going a few hundred miles out away from it. That's why the winds are so strong as it cuts this way toward the northeast. past the Cape in New England. Central pressures down below 978 millibars now. Winds currently gusting near 60 miles an hour in Nantucket. And if we take a look, we actually did have a 62-mile-an-hour gust there. And this wasn't just confined to this portion of New England. They actually had 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Atlantic City, Philadelphia 47, and down on the Delmarva, a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust earlier today. Those winds are going to continue, guys, throughout the rest of the afternoon in and around Boston, going down through down East Maine. So stay tuned. We'll have more from us coming in a few minutes.
Robitussin has a unique dual-action liquid that instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Control your cough with Robitussin.
Cofequence number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the cofequences.
Robitussin has a dual-action liquid that soothes your throat and relieves your cough.
We all want a stylish living room, but what if you don't have a team of designers? Well, you can still have all the style and comfort you want with the surprisingly affordable Urban Attitudes collection from Lazy Boy. The dress stays. Urban Attitudes from Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Hi, this is Connor. Sorry I missed you. I'm either away from my desk or on another call. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you just as soon as I'm available. Thank you for your patience at this busy time.
Join Princess Cruises for stargazing with Discovery at Sea. Enjoy cruises from $4.99 during our 50th anniversary sale. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
I want my foyer to smell more like a foyer.
I want his bedroom to smell like he's away at boarding school.
Surround yourself with up to 6 hours of luxurious, long-lasting scents. Introducing new Unstoppables Air Refresher.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Watch. Nothing can stop Crizal No Glare lenses. Neither water, nor scratch, nor dirt or dust, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep your lenses from giving you the clearest vision possible. And Crizal has ESPF 25 to protect your eyes 25 times more from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal No Glare lenses. Live life in the clear. Ask for them at your eye care professional.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
Hey, have you guys heard about probiotics for digestive health? Yes, and did you know that TrueBiotics is a daily probiotic that helps in 2 ways? It supports digestive and immune health by working in your gut, where 70% of your immune system lives. Try TrueBiotics today.
Why do we do it? Why do we spend every waking moment thinking about people? Why are we so committed to keeping you connected? Why combine performance with a conscience? Why innovate for a future without accidents? Why do any of it? Why do all of it? Because if it matters to you, it's everything to us. The XC60 crossover from Volvo. Lease the well-equipped Volvo XC60 today. Visit your local Volvo showroom for details.
Welcome back to the lab. I'll tell you, Neptune is pretty much done with snowfall across New England, but the winds are going to continue to howl. Let's take a quick look at the wind forecast, and that is going to have significant impacts on blowing and drifting snow across the area. Look at these winds here. In fact, Nantucket just gusted to 62 miles an hour. Through the rest of the day, let's see how this progresses. So as we get into this evening, at 10 o'clock tonight, we are still gusting at 40 to 50 miles an hour along the shoreline. All of that freshly fallen snow and snow that's on the ground is going to get blown around into drifts as it's redistributed across the area. And even into Monday, we still have relatively strong winds here with that snowpack on the ground. And by the way, with those cold temperatures, the wind chills are just going to make it a very rough day to be out there. Wind chills right now, take a look here in the single numbers to well below zero. And look what happens tomorrow morning. The wind chills down to 30 below zero in places like Worcester. Well, we're lucky we have a day off here on a holiday and kids are out of school for the week there because this is going to be critical. Here we go, and we're going to take a quick look at Boston's forecast now through the rest of the evening here. And you can see as the snow tapers off here, the temperatures are going to be critically cold and that wind is going to cause the blowing and drifting snow. And guys, I hate to put this into the bank here, but take a look at Tuesday and Wednesday. This is Winter Storm Octavia. As it lifts out of the south and southeast, it is forecast now to move up the eastern seaboard, and we're going to see yet more snowfall from this next storm. So stay tuned here at the Weather Channel. Winter's packing a punch for the Northeast. I'll send it back over to you.
Wow, it sure is. Another storm after this one.
Incredible. Well, we continue to deal with what we're dealing with now in the Northeast, and that, of course, is Winter Storm Neptune. And we've got Keith Carson, who is out in Portland, Maine this morning. And Keith, didn't see a ton of snow there, but other issues to deal with there across the city.
Yeah, you know, I think, Alex, the biggest thing with this storm was the cold and the gusty winds, officially gusting to 39 miles an hour at the Jetport, although right now we've gotten a lull in the action. You know, I'm watching Goodlow and all these other guys getting up on their snow banks. We'll get some pretty good ones here in Portland as well, and on top of it is that light, fluffy snow. The Jetport came in with 2.3 inches of snow, so, man, you know, as a local forecaster, these storms kill you because we were 18 to 24 inches was the original forecast for pretty much everyone across the board, back down a little bit to a foot last night, and still come up pretty short, at least in the metro area itself. It's all about those small-scale snow bands just coming on in. But, you know, as the winds kick up through the afternoon, I think the biggest thing we're going to see is people who have shoveled or have plowed, and then the snow just comes right back down on them because, obviously, it's super light and fluffy. By the way, there were some areas of Maine that were hard hit. That was down towards York County, which is south of here. York itself came in with 21 inches of snow, so believe it or not, that's about, it's about 30 minutes or so, maybe even a little bit less, down to the south. So you go from 2.5 inches or so to over 20 inches of snow in just that short period of time, and that's where that mesoscale, that small-scale banding is coming from. Otherwise, I think the thing going on here in Portland through the day is that we're actually starting to see it clear out a little bit. If you look up, you can see the sun trying to come out behind the camera, which obviously you can't see. There's actually some blue sky coming through, so a nice break, I think, and a little bit of a miss here, at least in the Portland metro area, and I don't think too many people are going to be complaining about that. Of course, we have other storms to watch as we look forward into midweek, but I don't think people really want to quite think about that yet. So Alex and Bonnie, I think here in Portland, everybody's saying, you know what? This one wasn't as bad as forecast, but we can live with that. It's already been kind of a long winter.
It sure has. Keith, excellent reporting there in Portland for us. And he's right. You know, the winter is not over yet. We have a lot more to tell you about. But first, let's deal with the here and now. Winter Storm Neptune. You saw the incredible pictures of the thunder snow where Jim Cantore and Reynolds Wolf were in the Boston area and in Plymouth. But look at this. We still have snow lingering. The Twin Forks there. Suffolk County on Long Island getting some light snow, as well as Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, and further to the south. As we head all the way southward to the Mid-Atlantic, Washington, D.C. Have you been impacted by this storm? You had some snow falling in Baltimore as well yesterday. Right now you're dealing with that bitter cold, that brutal wind chill. It's just dangerous to be outside for an extended period of time. Now, looking at this, you can see our models take us all the way to Monday. It's looking like we're seeing some improvements out there in terms of Neptune. High temperatures today, not very warm at all. -2 is the high in Binghamton. And I know upstate New York can be cold, but this is about 33 degrees below normal. And in New York City, 16 to -25. That's what we typically see, about 35 degrees cooler, warmer rather. So it's not warming up much for tomorrow. For those of you that are shoveling out of the Boston area or into Plymouth, keep in mind, if you are going to be doing some snow shoveling, we're looking at very dangerously cold conditions where temperatures will drop down into the single digits into New York City. And even in Albany, -12. Boy, really cold conditions. It'll also be 7 in Washington, D.C. So as we look ahead to what we can expect in New York City, we may be done with the snow, but as I mentioned, the wind and the cold continues. And you can see the temperatures are very cold. Reagan Medji is going to be reporting to us live from Long Island City, where the wind chill is -1. Stay with us.
I have a cold.
with terrible chest congestion. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go!
Discover Card. Hey, so I'm looking at my bill and my FICO credit score is on here.
We give you your FICO score each month for free.
Awesome sauce.
Wow. The only person I know that says that is Lisa.
Julie?
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and see your FICO credit score.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah?
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
Who's that?
So weird, right? My agent Tom said.
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try. Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
We build weather inventions.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people. I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees under fair skies. Today, plentiful sunshine. High 73. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, a few passing clouds. Low 57. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, cloudy. High 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new Quick Steel Cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
There's confidence. Then there's trusting your vehicle maintenance to Ford Service Confidence. Our expertise, technology, and high-quality parts mean your peace of mind. Now you can get the works. A multi-point inspection with a synthetic blend oil change, tire...
Now with the Xfinity TV Go app, you can watch live TV anytime. It's never been easier with so many networks all in one place. Get live TV whenever you want. The Xfinity TV Go app. Now with live TV on the go. Enjoy over Wi-Fi or on Verizon Wireless 4G LTE. Plus, enjoy special savings when you purchase any new Verizon Wireless smartphone or tablet from Comcast. Visit Comcast.com/wireless to learn more.
In the grip of muscle aches or arthritis pain? Break the grip with odor-free Aspercreme. Maximum strength medicine clinically proven to relieve muscle and joint pain fast. With no odor, so all you notice is relief. Aspercreme. Break the grip of pain.
For a cold sore, I don't use some waxy cover-up. I use Herpicynel. It penetrates deep to treat. It soothes, moisturizes, and creates an SPF 30 barrier to protect against flare-ups caused by the sun. Herpicynel. It does more for a cold sore.
To start your benefits.
Call 888-997-1426 now.
Monday morning, New England slammed again, and another winter storm sets its sights on the south. Get your first word Monday morning at a special time, 4 a.m. Eastern, on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back into Weather Center Live as we continue to follow Winter Storm Neptune. We take you to Chatham, Massachusetts, and we're looking at some of that water there, and no doubt about it, it is still a bit of a wintry scene there. Very, very blustery conditions that have set up across portions of Massachusetts. The same around the Harwich area here. Looks like we're looking at a bit of a lake. And again, more of that snow blowing around. We aren't seeing a whole lot in terms of falling snow. That's starting to taper off a bit. But those winds, they are still very strong, gusting in some cases 30, 40 miles per hour. And so the snow that has fallen, that is getting blown around and helping to reduce those visibilities. So that is Winter Storm Neptune. I want to bring you back to the lab now. We bring in winter weather expert Tom Nizzle. And Tom, Neptune's still in play, but we have to also focus in on what is to come, and that is Winter Storm Octavia.
Octavia is going to be a storm that hits places that haven't had much winter so far for this season, and guess where it's going to end up? Possibly off the New England coast to bring them more snow as well. So these are the warnings and watches that are out right now, all the way from Kansas right across to Charlotte, North Carolina, where there's winter storm watches out, and this is for a variety of wintry precipitation. You know, we were talking earlier, these last 3 storms have been all pretty much a snow event, but this one's going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at us weather-wise.
Exactly. So you've got the potential for the snow, but we also have that potential for some areas that could see the sleet, freezing rain, and some areas may just see all plain rain.
Yeah, and you know, here's the energy for the system here, and this is driving very fast and very strongly to the southeast, and as it does so, it's actually going to bring moisture up from the Gulf of Mexico, and that moisture is going to meet with the cold air as it moves down across the U.S. here. So where these two areas come together is going to be the most likely area for wintry precipitation, but because there's some warm air moving up with this moisture, that brings freezing rain and sleet into play.
Absolutely. So the areas where we'll have that sort of air mass deep enough, that's cold enough, it'll be all snow in those areas, but when we get that warm air sort of intruding, that's where things will be a little more dicey.
Yeah, and so this afternoon we start to get a little preliminary wintry precipitation across southern Missouri. But look what happens as we go into tonight and into the first part of Monday, Alex. This is really disconcerting because what we do is we spread we've got this cold air down at the surface, the warm moist air riding above it. We get an area of icing in here, and then to the north of that where the cold air is deeper, significant snowfall.
And this thing is, it's not going to be in and out very quickly. It's going to last for a while. A case in point, a place like Little Rock, late tonight we start to see it moving in, and even as we head into tomorrow afternoon, still some icing. It's not until the evening it gets out of there.
Yeah, that's a very good point because we're tracking in a west-east direction. It's like cars on a freight train going along here. You know, our north-south systems just come through there quick, but this system is going to be a prolonged period of wintry weather, and you make a very good point there. So we're going to take this a little further northward here as we get into Monday night all the way out to the coast. And then, remember what I said, it then takes a northeast track here, and it's very likely that places from D.C. right in through New York, Boston are going to get another round of snowfall. Now, D.C., I think they only have 3.7 inches so far for the year. So any snow there is going to, you know, it's going to surprise a lot of people because it hasn't been very wintry down there yet this year.
And it's crazy because remember about a month ago we were saying the same thing about a place like Boston.
Yes.
And now look where they are.
Be careful what you wish for, right? So here is the total snowfall, what we're forecasting now. Now, a bit of concern here, our computer models have been moving this rain snow line a little further north in each run. So although we have the heaviest snow painted in right here, they can very well just be bumped a little further northward, and then places like Indianapolis come into play, whereas a place like Memphis may be more into an ice situation.
Exactly. So a very fluid situation. The computer models are coming in now. We're getting updates from the GFS. We'll be getting a new model run from the European about 1 o'clock Eastern time.
That'll be this afternoon. That's correct. And that'll help us to kind of fine tune where this area of heaviest snow will be. And again, on the southern edge where the freezing precipitation will be. But many of these areas have seen little, if any, snowfall so far for this year. So this is going to be a big, big surprise for them wintry wise. And here's the area of icing that we're concerned about. Little Rock in particular, overnight tonight and into the first half of the day tomorrow. And then you can see it is going to stay north of the Atlanta area on our newest model runs, right across the extreme northern part of Georgia, and then possibly into places like Charlotte.
And we're talking some pretty decent ice totals, 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you're talking ice, particularly for travels, that could become a problem. And then if we start to creep it up closer to 1/2 an inch, which is certainly not out of the question in a few areas, then we talk power outage issues.
Yeah, and that can be a real problem, and especially for people who have electric heat, because we're getting cold air coming in on the backside of this. So you go into an electrical outage, and if you have electric heat, then you're running into issues because of that cold air. And in fact, you know, at 30, 31 degrees, you would think it would be all snow, but what's happening here is just above the surface in the atmosphere, above places like Little Rock, it's just warm enough. So you start with snow, turns to rain, and then when it hits surfaces below 32 degrees, it instantly ices up.
Man, that becomes the problem out there again. When you talk about wintry weather, it's all not a good situation, but ice, as opposed to snow or sleet, is the worst of all the three.
Yeah, and right now our computer model is suggesting as much as a ½ an inch of icing in places in and around Little Rock. And once again, we're going to probably move this just a little further northward in each of our computer model runs, so we'll have to watch this area very closely. Once you get up to that ½ inch total, that's where we start to worry about the power outages from waiting on tree limbs and power lines.
And the thing is, as you mentioned, power outages, then we've got very cold air that's going to be in place behind all this. So with the power out, heat will be an issue.
It certainly will be. So we take a place like Memphis here. We go into Sunday night, the icing conditions develop, and then into Monday, only a high of 32 with a wintry mix there. So people have to be prepared for this. The silver lining in this cloud, it's a holiday. And, you know, being a holiday, we're not going to have as much traffic on the roadways. But Nashville, a little further north, you can see we're going into a wintry mix late Sunday night, and then the wintry mix Monday. Now, earlier we had thought this was all going to be snow, but you can see the wintry mix because those temperatures are just bumping up a little bit as the rain-snow line is forecast to be a little further northward.
Exactly. So that rain-snow line, a very important thing that we're going to be tracking here as we head on through the next 24 to 36 hours, no doubt about it. Thank you so much, Tom. Well, we've, of course, dealing with Winter Storm Neptune, and that is in the northeast. New York feeling that wind, and, of course, the cold temperatures. Our own Reagan Medji is live in Port Washington, New York. Hey, Reagan.
Hey there, we're on Long Island. We're in Port Washington on Long Island, and I have my anemometer, which is reading the wind speeds. We got up to 27 miles an hour wind gusts here, and you can see that this is Bay Area, and you can see the flags whipping in the winds. You know, obviously along the waterways it does get a little windy, but we spoke to a guy who works here, and he says, yeah, this wind is pretty much, it's kicking up. It definitely isn't a nice normal wind for this time of year right now. I looked on Twitter for the National Weather Service, and they said that Islip Airport, speaking about wind gusts, they had a sustained wind about 9:45 this morning at 41 miles an hour, and then a gust about 56 miles an hour. So the winds definitely are a big issue here, in addition to the wind chills. At this point, it's 20 degrees, but add the wind chill, it feels like in the single digits, if not lower than that. A National Weather Service also reported that the dangerous wind chills are tonight into Monday in the morning. And I read this, it looks as though negative 30-degree wind chills. So we definitely have to check on that again. But here you can see that no one is out, only the seagulls, and they're obviously enjoying some of the wind that they can carry where they have to go. But if we look, we're going to pan over this way, and this is kind of like the downtown area, and you can see that, you know, it looks like almost a ghost town. You know, maybe this time of year people might be heading out and doing some errands. I know there's a holiday weekend, or day tomorrow, but not a lot of people are out, and you can see you know, of the cars that are out, I do want to make mention with the wind factor, there is an advisory on the roadways not to have, you know, if you're going to be driving one of those really big SUVs, take it slow. And this wind is so powerful, it actually is taking my breath away, so excuse me for a quick second. But also big box trucks, they want to take it slower on the roadways as well. We were along the Long Island Expressway, which is the main vein from all the communities out here, Long Island, all the way into Manhattan. So, you know, the winds are definitely something that you have to take note of. If you're going to be outside, frostbite, that obviously with the wind chills, you want to make sure that you're better and you're prepared. You want to have any extremity covered. Right after I get done with this live shot, I'll be hopping in the car, but you want to have your face mask on, your gloves, your mittens, and just don't stay out very long because at that point it will be dangerous. So guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Reagan. Where you're standing, you're right along Manhasset Bay. This is very close to where I grew up, so I know the area. That's such a popular place for people to take walks and walk their dog and go jogging. Have you seen anyone out there in this brutal wind so far today?
Well, no, but I will tell you that if we walk back here, I don't know how far we can get. I know I'm competing with the sunlight. I know Matt's going to tell me if I have to walk one way or the other, but there is a walkway, as you see right here, and there is no one on this walkway. And I'm glad that you mentioned the fact that you're from this area, because it is a beautiful area, definitely a walkable area, but there is no one walking that I have seen at all. Maybe there's one person. I doubt that they're taking a stroll. They're probably coming in to get their car, but you can see in the downtown area, and we can check out this for other live shots too, but if they're out, they're in their cars. Not many people are out. I think people are kind of saying, you know what, this is just killer. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to take the day inside. While the sun is out, looks are deceiving. May look like it's okay. Definitely doesn't feel that way. Guys,
absolutely. You're right, Reagan. That area, I'll tell you, when the weather's warm, is packed. All right. Well, the National Weather Service is certainly reporting a lot of snow, 46 inches of snow on the ground at its office in Milton, Massachusetts. And believe it or not, that's the most in the 130 years of record keeping. Incredible. Dangerous wind chills reach from the Midwest into the Northeast tonight. Wind gusts to 75 miles per hour are possible on Cape Cod. And powerful winds brought down trees and power lines across the Carolinas and Virginia today. There have been numerous reports of damaged homes. And Winter Storm Octavia gearing up to drop heavy snow in the south, perhaps a foot of snow in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, what about Little Rock, Arkansas? Well, you're forecast to get heavy freezing rain tonight. Well, Jim Cantori had a very exciting morning in Massachusetts, in the coastal town of Plymouth, Mass.
Well, even as the snow continues to wind down here in eastern Massachusetts, the wind is not. It is still staying up here, gusting to 50 miles per hour, and I have to just step out of it because it's blowing right on my face and melting and giving me just total brain freeze right here. I mean, this is absolutely brutal. It came in with a vengeance this morning, around 5 o'clock, and we literally went from no snow at all, calm winds, to a wall of snow and tremendous winds. And, of course, with that, a little something that we rarely get a chance to see, or at least some of us. Oh, yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby!
We just got it!
Oh, again! Again! That's a twofer! That's a twofer, baby! Yes!
There it is.
That's a twofer! Twofer, baby! Oh, my goodness! Yes! Yes! Again! That's a three! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Pentarak!
There it is. 3, baby, in 10 minutes.
Oh, my God! The winds have really picked up and through here. And there's another one. That's you gotta be kidding me. Wow. You can have your $500 million jackpot in Powerball or whatever the heck it was, but I'll take this, baby. 4 lightning strikes, 4 episodes of thunder snow. I could hear thunder. So we had another one. So we actually had 5 strikes, 5 thunder. I mean, this is just a total change. Literally within an hour. Was that another one? Was that? Oh my good, dude, that's number 6. You gotta be kidding me. So certainly a thrilling time to be in Plymouth, Massachusetts to witness thunder snow. But unfortunately for so many folks in Mass, they just wish winter would go away. This has been incredible. Think about it. In 23 days, we've had 2 seasons worth of snow in Boston. We've already broken the snowfall for February. We've broken the snowfall for any month. And we are climbing our way now toward the number 2 position all time for snowiest years on record in Boston, Massachusetts. Amazing, amazing. The winds continue to howl here. They continue to cut slices through the snow. The drifts can be anywhere from 10 inches to 20 to 30 inches deep. And in some cases, they're 4 to 5 foot deep and blocking many roads. The problem is, as folks are getting out and getting on the roads, they're finding that they're going to go from visibilities that look pretty good, but instantaneously, boom, you come right up against 0 visibility, and you can't see in front of your face. Very, very dangerous to be out on the roads. Let the police, let emergency officials stay out there. Let the plows be out there. Those are the ones that need to be out there clearing.
Wonderful watching Jim's reaction to the thunderstorm. He's very passionate about what he does, that's for sure. Well, we want to take a look at the radar to see what's going on with Neptune right now. We have very strong winds with this storm. Coming up, we're going to hear from the governor of Massachusetts to see what's next for the residents there.
Okay, here's the plan. You're going to want to turn right.
1.2 miles.
No, you're killing. Watch the lane.
And we had this really great view.
Got a car in our blinds?
And we learned how to salsa dance. He was dancing.
Backseat drivers just met their match. Introducing the entirely new Sonata Sport.
You forgot to turn off the...
From Hyundai.
Get 0% APR and no payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Sonata. Only your local Hyundai dealer.
Fact. Fast-acting Advil is designed with an ultra-thin coating and fast-absorbing Advil Ion Core technology, stopping headaches and other tough pain fast. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil.
With pain relief, we're all at the corner of relief is good and fast relief is better. Good thing Walgreens gets you in and out in no time, so you can find relief fast with solutions like Advil. At the corner of happy and healthy.
All right, guys, let's huddle up here and talk probiotics.
For digestive health?
Yes, and did you know that True Biotics is a daily probiotic that helps in 2 ways? It supports digestive and immune health by working in your gut, where 70% of your immune system lives. Try True Biotics today.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Winter storms Neptune and Octavia
have really picked up and through here. And there's another one. That's number... You gotta be kidding.
Live coverage continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. When your windshield needs to be replaced, nobody makes it as worry-free as Safelite. First, Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Safelite's one-of-a-kind True Seal technology places a new glass in perfect position for a strong, reliable bond you can trust.
Oh, that looks great.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
You can't predict the market, but at T. Rowe Price, we've helped guide our clients through good times and bad. Our experienced investment professionals are one reason over 85% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So in a variety of markets, we can help you feel confident. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
A lot of the preventive maintenance.
We're going to go live now to Massachusetts, where the governor, Charlie Baker, is speaking at a press conference.
Working. We will also be coordinating a lot of our snow removal efforts with the folks at the MBTA, especially with regard to bus stops and platforms and bus routes. That will go on all the way through today and into tonight and probably into tomorrow as well. There will be more news later today through traditional channels from the T with respect to service delivery and service options tomorrow. We do appreciate the hardship that all of this snow and the cumulative impact of these storms have had on 24/7 facilities. The folks at Health and Human Services have been in regular contact with the hospitals, and they are doing yeoman work to ensure that their employees have the ability to get to where they need to go, and so that they can stay open throughout this storm as they have through the other ones. And obviously, we continue to thank police officers, firefighter personnel, and all of the folks driving plows and manning shovels. They've done an enormous amount of work, and I'm sure at this point are pretty weary of the snow that we've received, and we continue to have a ton of work we need to do there, and frankly tomorrow we'll start getting back into the business of working with locals on removal and disposal as we will need to do, because who knows when the next one's going to arrive. I do think we're all relieved that tomorrow is President's Day and therefore is a holiday, which should mean that the roads will stay fairly clear and we'll continue to be able to do some of the work we need to do to dig out and clean up. we anticipate that the big issue tomorrow and over the course of the next couple of weeks may in fact be things like vents and roofs. So we continue to encourage people to clear out their vents and to start worrying a little bit more about roofs. I mean, we now have 9 feet of snow that have fallen in the past 3 weeks, and I think we've seen 4 roof collapses today. Is that the right number, Kurt? So that's something really people ought to be paying attention to. And the final thing I just want to say, because I think it's important for all of us to remember this, it's 58 days until opening day at Fenway Park. Thank you very much. Questions?
Have there been any concerns about carbon monoxide poisoning? Are you getting any calls about that?
Yeah, we talked about that at the first briefing today. I know Boston Mayor Marty Walsh talked about it as well. That's part of the reason why I brought up the vent issue. It's something people really ought to pay attention to. Same thing goes, by the way, with starting your car. Make sure you clean the snow out of your tailpipe before you start your car.
And power outages, where are you on that?
Secretary Beaton, I think we're in pretty good shape on that, but I'll let you say a word or two.
Sure. There were some large-scale outages, especially in Provincetown, Truro. There's about 6,000 out earlier today. That was a single pole that caused that. That's back up online. And now we're just seeing, primarily in the coastal regions of Massachusetts, spot outages. No major outages, no major transmission lines. So just, something we really would expect. We're actually surprised the number isn't as high as it has been throughout the storm. So the winds obviously will be a concern for the rest of the duration of this storm. But we have, as we mentioned this morning, we have the appropriate crews assembled, deployed, and ready to go to combat any of the outages that we do have. So far, so good. We'll keep our fingers crossed and hope the numbers stay where they are. Right now, I believe we're below 3,000 now, so hopefully we stay below that number.
And what about Pilgrim? Is it still offline?
Yes, and it will be. It's not the type of facility where you just flip a switch. So until the storm is over and the fear of losing the transmission lines that really come out in and out of Pilgrim, until that concern has subsided, Pilgrim will remain offline. And then when the facility feels as though that fear is gone, they will power back up.
Governor Charlie Baker of Massachusetts and some other people, they're speaking about the situation in the state of Massachusetts as they try to get back to normal, but it's going to take a while.
Yeah, he's saying and mentioning, of course, spring training just around the corner, sort of a glimmer of hope to get out of this, what has been a very tough last couple of weeks.
Stay with us all day long here on the Weather Channel as we continue coverage of Winter Storms Neptune and Octavia.
At Intel, they have technology that lets your face be your password. Oh, that is one secure password.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Great rates for great rides. Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
They lived.
They lived.
They lived.
We lived. Thanks to our Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as one treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
If you're taking multiple medications, does your mouth often feel dry?
A dry mouth can be a side effect of many medications, but it can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath. That's why there's Biotene. Available as an oral rinse, toothpaste, spray, or gel, Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy, too. Remember, while your medication is doing you good, a dry mouth isn't. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Build weather invention.
Wow, anybody else surprised it actually worked?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe.
When muscle aches or arthritis pain grip you, break the grip with odor-free Aspercreme. Maximum strength medicine clinically proven to relieve muscle and joint pain fast with no odor, so all you notice is relief. Aspercreme. Break the grip of pain.
For a cold sore, I don't use some waxy cover-up. I use Herpicynel. It penetrates deep to treat. It soothes, moisturizes, and creates an SPF 30 barrier to protect against flare-ups caused by the sun. Herpicynel. It does more for a cold sore.
We spend much of the day on our feet. Why not do it comfortably? Come to Noble Shoes and discover a huge variety of shoes and immerse yourself in a new level of comfort. We carry the best names in comfort footwear in the world. Wherever your day takes you, we have the right shoe for you. Noble Shoes, North Lake Boulevard and Military Trail in Palm Beach Gardens.
Shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 73. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 57. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, cloudy. High 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Here we are checking in on Winter Storm Neptune and the impacts across the Boston area. You can see the plows, they are out. Massachusetts Department of Transportation deploying over 3,000 in Boston alone. The mayor saying close to 600 plows out trying to get those streets into safety mode there for folks to be able to travel.
Our own Paul Goodlow is in Boston, where it's not only have we seen the snow, but also the strong winds. And Paul, where you are, have you seen any of the area change in terms of the snowdrift size? Some of them getting taller, some of them losing some stature because of the strong wind?
I'm standing along Cambridge Street here in downtown Boston, where the snow continues to come, really been blown in here as well. The road has been plowed and salted several times since the snow has stopped falling from the sky. The plows can kind of get up to this, but the problem is, you know, I see a lot of people walking in the street. And let me show you why, because we're doing a little construction over here, so that's why the cones are out. But when I get to the sidewalk, this is pretty much indicative of most sidewalks around here. We're talking, there we go, blowing and drifting snow. Now, this is about, say, mid-calf. Whoa, this is a problem. With the wind blowing that snow, you can barely see. It's also taking that snow and just dumping it on the sidewalks here, where it's not this deep. It's about mid-calf. Here, it's knee-deep. We're talking over 2-foot snowdrifts here covering the sidewalks. And even though the snow is tapering off from the clouds, this strong wind is taking this fine, light snow, which is great for skiing and snowboarding, but not so great in a city like Boston with this wind. So the blowing snow is the biggest concern now, as we still have this coastal storm really ramp up. The winds will continue to be blowing and gusting all afternoon long here, gusting at times well over 35 miles per hour, making getting up with the roads and travel very difficult because even if you plow it, wait a half hour, another couple of inches of snow will blow on top of that road, and that will continue even into Monday morning. The good news is Monday's a holiday. Kids are off all week for their winter break. And they do need a break from this winter here in Boston. But still, we have a chance of some more snow coming up in just a couple of days. So the snow keeps on coming here in Boston.
It sure does. It just keeps on coming in Boston.
Oh, my goodness. It just won't stop. Well, let's get the very latest on Neptune, when it's going to stop, and then focus in on the next storm, Octavia. We send it to the lab now with winter weather expert Tom Nizzle.
Yeah, guys, Neptune's snowfall is just about done for New England. We'll continue to see these winds gusting over 40 to 50 at times through the rest of the day today and even overnight tonight. So any snow on the ground is going to get blown around. It's going to really drift in areas. Travel is going to be really restricted through at least tomorrow afternoon. Take a look here as we look at our next storm. This is Winter Storm Octavia, coming from an entirely different direction as our last few. Already winter storm watches and warnings out for a large area here across the Mississippi Valley and going into the Tennessee Valley. And if we take a look at the energy that is going to come southeastward here to produce this storm, this is another big event here, guys. What we're getting now is we're actually going to get moisture that is coming out of the Gulf of Mexico combining with this cold air. And as it does so, we run through tomorrow into tomorrow night. It's this region right in here that we're going to have to deal with a wintry mix of precipitation, not an all snow event like the last couple that have gone across the Northeast. And yes, in its wake, more cold air across the eastern half of the nation. So let's see how this plays out. Little preliminary snowfall or wintry mix into southern Missouri early or during the afternoon today, but the system really begins to ramp up overnight tonight and going into Monday morning. And as it does so, look where we go from rain to freezing rain and sleet and to snow in this event. Now the models continue to move this area a little further northward as far as the rain snow line. We have to watch this carefully because it could mean significant differences in the snowfall that occurs in places like Nashville. And this continues to move eastward Monday night all the way out to D.C. overnight Monday night into Tuesday morning. Washington, D.C. into Baltimore. This is going to be an area we need to watch. And Raleigh, North Carolina in for icy conditions as that cold air is locked into the surface. And then look what happens on Tuesday, guys. The system takes a turn up along the northeast here. And yes, even more snowfall for coastal New England. So a lot going on with the system. The snowfall forecast is here as much as 12 to 18 inches just to the north of Nashville across Kentucky now. Stay tuned because we continue to see slight changes in the rain snow line moving northward throughout the day here. We'll keep you updated. I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Tom. Back right after this break. Of course, you can watch us online.
Consequence number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
Soothe your throat and control lingering coughs with Robitussin's dual-action liquid.
There's a myth out there that you can't do it all. That you can't be everything to everyone. Well, consider that myth shattered. This is the full line of Ram ProMaster vans and the all-new Ram ProMaster City, built to help you run the town from every direction. When the moment's spontaneous, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and the free 30-tablet trial.
There's a place for vacationers who seek more than just a little time off. The ones who choose to go big or stay home. Come with me now. Where every amazing, despicable, wizarding adventure reveals moments that are truly epic.
This place is made for those who do more than just vacation.
Go with me now.
It's made for those who vacation like they mean it. Universal Orlando Resort.
Working on my feet all day gave me pain here.
In my knees.
But now I step on this machine and get my number, which matches my Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My knee pain.
Find a machine at drscholls.com.
What are you doing?
The dishes are clean. Just gotta scrape the rest of the food off them.
Ew.
Dish issues? Cascade Platinum powers through your toughest messes better than the competition the first time. Cascade, now that's clean.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Hi, you've reached Emma. I'm out of the office right now, but we'll get back to you just as soon as I possibly can. Your call is important to me.
Join Princess Cruises for exclusive Discovery at Sea experiences. Enjoy cruises from $4.99 during our 50th anniversary sale. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Winter storms Neptune and Octavia
have really picked up and through here. And there's another one. That's number. You got to be kidding.
Live coverage continues in a moment, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, the Weather Channel continues our special coverage of winter storms Neptune and Octavia. Here are the very latest headlines. 40 million people under wind chill alerts as dangerous cold settles over the Midwest and Northeast.
Snow halting Boston's transit system for the day. The governor urging people to stay home.
Fierce winds contributing to power outages for more than 95,000 customers up and down the eastern seaboard.
And winter storm Octavia is ramping up today. It could bring heavy snow to Nashville and freezing rain to Little Rock.
And of course, it is now officially the snowiest month on record in Boston. Winter storm Neptune bringing another couple of inches today. Public transportation shut down. More than 400 flights are canceled.
That is just incredible. It's the third time this month that we've had a record in Boston. Wow. All right. Well, the Weather Channel's Sam Champion has the latest from Boston this morning.
What you're seeing right now is going to be the problem for the rest of the day. This isn't as much snow falling as it is snow blowing. This is a good solid 10 to 12 inches of snow, powdery snow that's been on the ground since last night, all from Neptune. And now as the snow pulls offshore, the winds are what's left. These winds will be howling for a good part of the day, picking up every hour. We expect these wind gusts to be anywhere from 23 to 33 miles an hour. The other thing, the temperature falling all day long. Combine that and you've got some brutal wind chills. Howling in between these buildings, taking that light snow and just blowing it on top of everything. Difficult for snow removal, which is why the city of Boston is saying, let us get ahead of this. Even as the snow stops, these winds will continue. Let them get ahead of the snow removal before you dig out the car and start to get out. There's another gust, and this is going to be going throughout the night as those temperatures plunge. Back to you.
Well, I tell you, Jim Cantore, he had an exciting morning going through some of the blizzard conditions this morning in Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Yeah, the storm tracker really did his thing and showed his passion for his craft.
Well, even as the snow continues to wind down here in eastern Massachusetts, the wind is not. It is still staying up here, gusting to 50 miles per hour, and I have to just step out of it because it's blowing right on my face and melting and giving me just total brain freeze right here. I mean, this is absolutely brutal. It came in with a vengeance this morning around 5 o'clock, and we literally went from no snow at all, calm winds, to a wall of snow and tremendous winds. And, of course, with that, a little something that we rarely get a chance to see, or at least some of us. Yes! Yes! We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Yes! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby!
We just got it.
Oh, again! Again! That's a twofer! That's a twofer, baby! Yes!
There it is.
That's a twofer! Twofer, baby! Oh, my goodness! Yes! Yes! Again! That's a 3! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Panarak!
There it is. 3, baby, in 10 minutes.
Oh, my God! The winds have really picked up and through here. And there's another one. That's number... You got to be kidding me. Wow. You can have your $500 million jackpot in Powerball or whatever the heck it was, but I'll take this, baby. 4 lightning strikes, 4 episodes of Thunder Snow. I could hear thunder, so we had another one. So we actually had 5 strikes, 5 thunder. I mean, this is just a total change. Literally within an hour. Was that another one? Was that? Oh, my good. Dude, that's number 6. You got to be kidding me. So certainly a thrilling time to be in Plymouth, Massachusetts to witness thunder snow. But unfortunately for so many folks in Mass, they just wish winter would go away. This has been incredible. Think about it. In 23 days, we've had 2 seasons worth of snow in Boston. We've already broken the snowfall for February. We've broken the snowfall for any month. And we are climbing our way now toward the number 2 position all time for snowiest years on record in Boston, Massachusetts. Amazing, amazing. The winds continue to howl here. They continue to cut slices through the snow. The drifts can be anywhere from 10 inches to 20 to 30 inches deep. And in some cases, they're 4 to 5 foot deep and blocking many roads. The problem is, as folks are getting out and getting on the roads, they're finding that they're going to go from visibilities that look pretty good, but instantaneously, boom, you come right up against 0 visibility, and you can't see in front of your face. Very, very dangerous to be out on the roads. Let the police, let emergency officials stay out there. Let the plows be out there. Those are the ones that need to be out there clearing the roads. You guys don't need to be. I know this is so hard to ask because we've asked you so many times this year, but just hunker down, ride this thing out, realize it's going to get bitterly cold tonight. Wind chills will be well below 0 tomorrow. Let them get a couple of days on these roads, and we should be good to go maybe by tomorrow afternoon here in Boston. The good news is it's President's Day. A lot of people have the day off. Some don't, and I feel for you. You got to go to work. We will too. And then schools, at least for Boston, will be closed for a good part of the week, so we won't have to worry about adding days. But the damage has been done. And then we look down the pipe toward yet another potentially significant snow event for Boston. First, it hits the Mid-South, and then it makes its way up the coast once again. It's hard to break this pattern once we are locked in. And ladies and gentlemen, we are locked in right now here in eastern New England. Reporting from Plymouth, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori. Back to you.
That was an amazing report, watching it again and again. Well, Jim Cantori's reaction certainly was incredible, but you have to see this. There may be someone that may have even topped Jim's excitement.
We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it! Listen to that! Listen to that! Oh, baby! Again! That's a twofer! That's a twofer, baby!
I just love watching that. That little one, she was very excited to hear Jim's reaction to the thunderstorm.
Yeah, Jim may have a little competition in the excitement category there, Tom.
Well, excitement, come on, you got it. The line here is that little guy got a charge out of Cantori's antics on air. So look at that. That is fantastic. Well, that's our next on-camera meteorologist for
Absolutely.
certain, right? There's a degree in meteorology right there. That is just fantastic.
She's got the hand motions perfect, too.
There you go. That's the geek out in meteorology, the science that we see, and I'm going to show you a little more of that now. It's a view from space. It's the visible satellite image we're looking at now of this massive storm system. You can see that circulation or curl in the atmosphere. That is the cloud structure associated with the storm. Here is the benchmark that we track for our nor'easters, and this storm is moving off in this direction now. It's a little further off the coast. The snow is moving off right now, and we are going to continue to get very strong winds along the coast here, 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts. Now, I was talking with Mike Seidel a little while ago. These winds aren't quite as strong as what he saw during one of our previous storms, but the difference here is that we've got all this snow cover on the ground now, so it's going to blow that snow around and put it into major drifts across the area. These are our winds right now. Look at this wind gust at Nantucket, 64 mile an hour wind gusts there, and even in Provincetown, 46. As far back inland as Worcester, a little higher elevation, gusting to 37. It's going to produce significant blowing and drifting snow, and drifts are going to get quite high. The roadways are going to drift in quickly. I really feel for the snowplow operators. Earlier today, we had high wind warnings in effect for down along the Mid-Atlantic in places like Belmar at 47 miles an hour, Philadelphia over 40, and down on the Delmarva, they actually gusted to 60 miles an hour earlier today. Now, let's go ahead and continue here on to the wind forecast for the rest of the afternoon here. So this is at 1 p.m. Let's go through the rest of the afternoon and into the evening, and you can still see these strong wind gusts right along these areas here, blowing and drifting snow. Again, going to drift in those roadways. Plow operators are going to have a tough time keeping up with this, and even until tomorrow afternoon. It's a good thing we have a holiday here and the kids are off from school this week, because with these kind of winds and the temperatures we're going to have, it is going to be significant wind chills. These are our wind chills right now, but look what happens overnight after that cold air really works its way into the area. Yeah, you're looking at a wind chill here of 32 degrees below zero forecast for Worcester, and across all of New England here, wind chills well down into the mid to upper 20s, 25 to 30 below zero. So this is going to still be significant in the terms of impacts, guys, even though the snowfall is over. And you're right, Jim, after a day or so break, we got another weather system, Octavia, that will turn and bring more snow to New England as well. So I'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much. High winds in Connecticut we're facing with right now. Let's take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just the Boston area, but there they are whipping around that snow.
Lease the 2015 RC350 for $449 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
All right, so this Tylenol arthritis lasts 8 hours, but Aleve can last 12 hours. And Aleve is proven to work better on pain than Tylenol arthritis. So why am I still thinking about this?
How are you?
Get Aleve, proven better on pain.
Coffequince number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. When your windshield needs to be replaced, nobody makes it as worry-free as Safelite. First, Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Safelite's one-of-a-kind True Seal technology places a new glass in perfect position for a strong, reliable bond you can trust.
Oh, that looks great.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Guess what goes really well with eggs? Pillsbury Grand's biscuits make breakfast even better. Grand's biscuits make breakfast pop.
Boston Market introduces our 2 for $20 complete meal deal. For just $20, get 2 individual meals, like our all-natural rotisserie chicken, 2 classic sides, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts, all for a limited time, only at Boston Market.
When it comes to fighting the flu virus, remember to wash your hands, get your flu shot, and use Clorox disinfecting products to kill 99.9% of flu viruses. This cold and flu season, let's help spread protection.
Sensitive bladder?
Try new Always Discreet. Up to 40% thinner for superior comfort. Absorbs 2 times more than you may need. No wonder more women already prefer new Always Discreet pads over Poise. Visit alwaysdiscreet.com for coupons and to learn more.
Looks like 20 feet.
At Intel, they have this technology. You can take a picture and measure the distance before you jump.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Well, Portland, Maine didn't get the most amount of snowfall from this storm system, ending up around 5 inches or so, maybe a little bit of light snow through the afternoon into the early evening. Most of the heavy stuff, though, done. The bigger story here across southern Maine has been the cold through this entire storm system. It stayed in the teens, winds gusting 35, 40 miles an hour, put that wind chill in a dangerous level. So I think that's the bigger thing here. We're going to have a little ground blizzard situation going on through the afternoon and again into the early evening. Long after the snow itself has moved out, we are going to see this light, fluffy snow here that we have piled on top of all these snowbanks moving around. Remember, not just this storm system was light and fluffy, but the last one, Marcus, which wasn't that long ago, is beneath it. So we've got a decent amount, probably about a foot of snow, easy to blow around, and those north winds get going. We'll see that come through. The jackpot, by the way, as far as snowfall, actually down to the south into York County, which is to the south of Portland. 17 inches of snow, widespread reports over 14 inches of snow. We had some strong bands move through there last night, kind of sat over the area and just dumped snow. So again, as far as the recovery goes here, not going to be a huge deal to remove the snow, but it's going to be brutally cold. It doesn't look like we'll get to freezing again for a long time here across southern Maine. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Keith, for that report. He's reporting from a bitterly cold place. How about New York City? It just looks cold, doesn't it? This is Times Square in Manhattan. No snow really on the ground, but people are bundled up. Why? It feels like it's 4 degrees. That is really cold for New York. The temperature's 18. The winds are strong, and that's going to keep it feeling brutally cold today and tomorrow. Now, let's take a closer look. We're looking at New York City. We saw it at Times Square. What about Long Island? Looking a little bit better, but still, wow, it is cold, and that wind chill is a big factor. We had a reporter reporting from Port Washington on the north shore of Nassau County where the wind gusts really looked fierce and intense, and she said people were not out and about, a normal place where people would be exercising outside. Across the Cape and Islands, Neptune continues to churn and bring some light snow. Can you believe it's not over yet? What a long-lasting storm. Really, you can see the rotation from this storm. It's pulling away. It's pulling away from Block Island there and into the Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, but it's still hugging the Cape a little bit, bringing some lighter snow as well to northern Maine. So it's really following the guidelines of the computer models that we're showing you here. By the time we get to later in the day, the extreme northeastern sections of Maine, including Caribou, will still see some snow. And you can see some snow building into the western New York, but it does clear out for Boston. The problem, of course, as our reporters have been explaining, the winds are so fierce, and that's whipping things around, creating blowing and drifting snow. Huge piles of snow there. All right, well, what about New York southward, Philly, D.C., Dover, Delaware, into the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area? It's been a little while since you saw some snow. You're going to see it tomorrow night. We have a high wind warning just in the beginning of what we're facing. That's behind Neptune, and then Octavia is going to bring you some snow. It's hard to keep track. I know that's why you want to keep watching the Weather Channel, because these storms are hitting one after the other. Now, taking a look at our sustained winds and what we're looking at throughout the day today as we go through the afternoon, what we can expect certainly are very strong winds for Sunday, Monday. Not much of a change. The gusts going all the way up to 60 miles per hour. So as we start talking about tomorrow morning, it's President's Day. So what will it be like out and about? Unfortunately, it will be a dangerous situation. Even in New York City, it'll feel like it's -12, -12. Washington, D.C. will feel like it's -5. So here's your forecast. We showed you that Times Square today, sunny and windy with 16, feeling like it's 4. And then as the temperatures drop down tonight, it will be continually dangerously cold for the New York City area and much of the Northeast. Alex?
All right, thanks so much, Bonnie. Let's take it live now. Look at 3 cities that'll see cold temps, rain, and possibly snow and ice. Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, and Atlanta, Georgia. Watching all these areas very closely because of the next system, Winter Storm Octavia. That will be impacting us in the south and potentially could impact us in the mid-Atlantic and northeast later on. But let's first tackle these areas that are in line initially. You can see all the areas that are under alerts, particularly the darker shades. That's where we've got winter storm warnings. Little Rock, you're included, back up towards St. Louis, Nashville, Louisville as well. That's where we're thinking some of the wintry weather will be impacting us the most. But let's talk about the setup. We've got the jet stream that's dived all the way down into parts of the south, really delivering some cold air. But now moisture will begin to work in out of the Gulf of Mexico. As that moisture moves northward and into that cold air, we get the wintry weather. And there's our storm system that'll be tracking its way eastbound. Now there's that little line, that red line, a warm front. North of that, cold enough to see the wintry stuff. South of it, that's where we're thinking we'll generally talk about mostly rain issues. So through Monday night, look at this large swath. We're talking stretching all the way back to Missouri and then back into the mid-Atlantic, an area that encompasses almost a third or 2/3 of the country here. We're talking about almost a foot and a half in some locations. So significant snow coming to areas that haven't seen a whole lot. And then south of that, we've got to worry about the ice potential, particularly back across northern Mississippi into Arkansas. Some spots that could see 1/4 inch of ice. Of course, that could lead to some travel issues and potentially even some power outage issues. So Octavia is going to be in business. We're going to continue to track it, get the latest on the computer models. And of course, we've got our live team out covering it all.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
In commodities, rawhide bones are up, while pig ears traded even for the day. Overseas, the French peoples are celebrating Bastille Days. We build weather inventions.
Wow, anybody else surprised that you were?
Mother Nature can absolutely change people.
I'm ready to get out of here and create a new track.
This is a tornado emergency.
It was hard to believe weather could do that.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
Currently in our area, 71 degrees under fair skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 73. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Low 57. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, cloudy. High 74. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Consequence number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime Dual Action Liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
Robitussin has a dual-action liquid that soothes your throat and relieves your cough.
Hey, buddy, you're squashing me. Liquid wart remover could take weeks to treat.
Embarrassing wart? Dr. Scholl's Freeze Away wipes them out fast with as few as 1 treatment.
Freeze Away!
Dr. Scholl's, the #1 selling freeze brand.
You get sick, you can't breathe through your nose. Suddenly, you're a mouth breather. Well, put on a Breathe Right strip and instantly open your nose up to 38% more than cold medicines alone. So you can breathe and sleep. Shut your mouth and sleep right. Breathe Right.
Hi, this is Jennifer. I will be out of the office until Monday and won't be checking voicemail during this time. I'll reply just as soon as I get back to work.
Sail with Princess Cruises, the #1 cruise line in Alaska. Save up to...
Investment opportunity doesn't sleep, so neither do we. With over 600 experts across the globe, no matter where or when opportunity emerges, we're actively at work to help you seize it. Franklin Templeton Investments. Gain from our perspective.
With the wrong wiper blades, you could be on the road to trouble. But with Michelin Stealth wiper blades, with SmartFlex technology and SmartHinge exterior, you can see clear for the road ahead. Michelin Stealth, a better way forward. Get your Michelin wiper blades at Walmart.
We spend much of the day on our feet. Why not do it comfortably? Come to Noble Shoes and discover a huge variety of shoes and immerse yourself in a new level of comfort. We carry the best names in comfort footwear in the world. Wherever your day takes you, we have the right shoe for you. Noble Shoes, North Lake Boulevard and Military Trail in Palm Beach Gardens.
Travel, 855-714-8687.
Monday morning, New England slammed again, and another winter storm sets its sights on the south. Get your first word Monday morning at a special time, 4 a.m. Eastern, on the Weather Channel.
On a positive note, the snow has tapered off quite a bit. It's just light snow falling right now, but the damage is done because, again, a very light, fluffy snow with the wind that's blowing. It is blowing and drifting around still, and at times, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. Even here, where in some cases, it's been already scraped off to the ground. And in other places, it's been piled very, very high. You walk back here, there's a foot, there's a couple of feet, and all of a sudden, boom, we're up to our thighs in snow. So that's what the drifting does. And it also causes these whiteout conditions if you're out and driving. That's why the governor, the mayor, please don't drive. We got a chance to talk to Charlie Bletzer, who had to bring the night cleaning help home from the restaurant here, East Bay Grill. And this is what he had to say about his drive this morning.
Yeah, I came in this morning to, we have a cleaning crew that stays all night, and I had to get them home, and I'll tell you, it's the driving out there, it's tough. In fact, I hit a couple of whiteouts going through North Plymouth. I had to actually stop because you couldn't see.
So as we look over East Bay, it's gone down for the moment as we're getting out of the high tide cycle, but the damage is done. We have had 2 seasons of snow in Boston, Massachusetts in just 23 days. And you know what?